Hey there, folks. How's it going? Great to see you. We are going to talk today about how to become a six-figure software developer without getting a million certifications. Okay, because I hear people say this all the time. Do I need this certification or that certification? Do I need a degree? Right? What is it that helps us get six-figure software developer positions? So we're going to talk about that today. So first of all, who are certifications for? Because there is a place for certifications, okay? But not all tech jobs require certifications. So, how do you know? How can you figure out for yourself if a certification is going to be helpful or not? So, let's just be clear. What is a certification, right? It's a rubber stamp that says you know some stuff, okay? And so, when you have a rubber stamp to know stuff, right? It's really about the information, right? When information is what you need to do the work, right? Then you're good, right? And so there are some areas of technology where having a certification can be helpful, but it's not all. So let's start with where are certifications helpful? So certifications are helpful in areas where knowledge is key. Security, IT, networking, project management, right? These are all areas where certifications actually matter. And there is actually only one area of software development that I know of where a certification can help, and that's in the cloud because you're really working with systems. So, cloud based systems are really like IT, but they're on the web, right? So, cloud based systems are a lot more like a technical administrator, like you'd find in an IT role. And so cloud, like AWS, that's Amazon's cloud, or Google Cloud, they have certifications that are actually valued on a resume, even if you're a software developer, right? So some of these areas, certifications are useful. But remember, a certification is only helpful when it's the information is what you need to do the work. Like if you could just Google it and have your steps in front of you and know what to do, a certification can be helpful. The challenge is that certifications aren't helpful across the board. Okay. When are certifications not used? Like literally, they're ignored. Like you don't even need them because no one's going to pay attention to them. And that is when you need a process to use the information and do the work. Okay. So let me give you a couple examples here. So, software development. If you are building software, if you are building dynamic websites and mobile apps, like you're building the next Airbnb or chase.com, certifications aren't going to matter there. Okay. Because it's a process of thinking and how you use the information that's helpful. The information alone is not enough because you actually need a whole process for using and applying that information. And if you guys are here today live, even if you're watching the replay, drop a comment down below. I want to see like where you're at, and just let me know that you're here. All right. So good to see you. So software development, that includes web development, full stack, right? Front and back end, mobile development. It also includes most low code jobs. So if you're doing a low code development job, or if you're a business solution specialist, a customer solution specialist, business or data analyst, those jobs typically don't have certifications either that are actually either required or even paid attention to. And so this is something that sometimes when people are shifting fields, they're moving from one field of technology to another, they think, oh, certifications are what you get, right? College degrees are what you get. Well, yes and no, right? Because it's not only the information that you need, it's also how do you put that information into practice? How do you use it? Let me give you guys an example. I think this is going to make it really clear. Okay, so this is where I would love to see you guys let me know where you're at. Who has ever taken a standardized test before? Just out of curiosity, who has taken a standardized test? Drop me a like, drop me a thumbs up if you've ever taken a test before. If this looks familiar at all, let me know. I want to see it. Awesome. No worries, Ralph. It's awesome. It's so good. Right? And I don't know, how many of you guys can drive? Has anyone ever taken a driver's ed test? right? Like this, maybe filling in these things. Hey, Sean, good to see you, right? Many times, right? Loco Target is saying many times they've taken a test like this. So is Lisa. Great to see you guys. Okay, so we're going to take a multiple choice test about driving. Okay. Are you going to send that person in a car behind the wheel when they've just done a multiple choice test? What do you guys think? Are we putting someone who passed a multiple choice test on the road with other drivers? Is this happening? Are we going to do this? I don't know, right? So I hope you guys can see, like, we're not going to go straight from filling in a multiple choice test and getting on the road, right? Because it's about using the information. We're not just going to, I don't know, maybe it's different in different states, but in New Jersey, we have to take the multiple choice test. We have to study with an instructor behind the wheel for like 20 hours, and then we take the test. And we're allowed to fail one thing of like the 15 things they test us on. That's it. I don't know what it's like in other states, but in Jersey, that's what we have to do. We don't put someone who's just taken a multiple choice test on the road. How do we know if they know how to use that information without putting other people's lives at risk? This same is true for software, okay? Because with software, we have the information and then we have to put it to work. And software can be life-threatening, believe it or not. Most of the software that we work on isn't, but some of it is. Some of it costs millions of dollars when there's a failure, or like a Mars rover that launches, or a rocket that blows up in the atmosphere, right? Like software can cause catastrophic failures. So it's about putting this information into practice. And that's why the certifications don't matter as much here, because it's about, can you do the work? And that's why experience is key and why employers are always asking for it, because they don't care if you know a language. Anyone can say they know a language. But in software development, it's about, what can you do with it? What can you build with it, right? It's not just, can you pass this driver's ed test, but can you actually get behind the wheel and parallel park and drive from point A to point B without hurting anyone, including yourself? Those are the questions that matter. The same is true with software, right? So when most certifications are just these multiple choice tests. And when that's the case, they become less useful, right? As a way to help figure out if people know what they're talking about, right? So multiple choice tests and certifications, they can have limited benefit. They do add value to a resume in certain fields like IT, networking, security, project management, and cloud. But if you're doing anything six-figure software developer, aside from those things, you need hands-on experience, like full stop. That's what it's going to be. That's what's going to make the difference for you. So what should we be doing instead, right? What should we be doing instead? So first of all, we're going to learn to think like a coder, right? If you don't know how to think like a coder, it doesn't matter. You don't need to move forward, right? We need to get that problem solved for you. And to be honest, you can learn how to think like a coder and unlock a whole host of jobs in the 60 to 80K range. And in fact, we help students do just that so they can get their foot in the door, get a starter tech job. Unfortunately, it doesn't build the experience that you need for a six-figure software developer, but hey, it gives you a nice job and a cushy life, and maybe it helps you meet your goals on the way so you can be more comfortable while you're learning how to become that amazing six-figure software developer, right? Next, you have to get production level experience, like full stop. This is a non-negotiable. And we see it every single day in the Joy of Coding Academy, where students come in and they don't have experience. They might have certifications, they might have degrees, they might have graduated from multiple other boot camps, but they just can't get an interview. And as soon as they get hands-on development experience on their resume, boom, they're getting interviews, right? They're getting interviews. And so the production level experience, this is what's going to unlock the 70K and up jobs for you. And in fact, we've had students this year making offers that are well above 100K, right? Especially for those that have a little bit of tech experience, but maybe got laid off or had trouble finding a job this year. They're landing serious positions for serious money, like 150, 160, 170K. So if you want to unlock those six-figure software developer skills, The production experience is what you need to move that forward, full stop. So you got to learn to think like a coder first, and then you got to pair it with that production level experience. And if you're not sure, right? If you're not sure what's right for you, we can totally help you with that. We do have it. We just finished up a Black Friday special with our lowest prices of the year. I think I might not have changed the prices over yet today, but I will be doing it later today. So please, if you're watching the replay, you might see the 2025 pricing, which is going into effect today. But I urge you, if you're thinking about this, if you want your 2025 to look different from 2024, if you want that tech job, that six-figure skill that's going to really unlock your career and your quality of life, so you can have that freedom, right? Just to live where and how you want, and just like live your life the way you want to live it. Join us this Thursday. I'm doing a live masterclass, joc.mobi. Let's see if I can put I think I can drop the link in the chat here. It's pretty simple. So come join us at our next live event. We'd love to see you so you can get started and make a decision and move forward. And I'll dive into more information about what it looks like to think like a coder, what it looks like to get production level experience. You can see if you already have it or if it's something that, you'd really benefit from. And just to briefly share the power of some of these skills, I do want to share a quick student spotlight. I know I've shared this before, but I want to tweak and highlight, a little bit differently, because I spoke with a student recently on the phone and I was able to kind of dive into their story more. And again, names have been changed to preserve the privacy of the individuals. But this fall, we had a student, we're going to call him Mike, and he had already been in IT. So he had some tech skills, but he wasn't having any luck finding a job, right? And he was a serious job hunter. He really made it a job, how to go about getting a job. It was amazing. And so he had some IT experience, no coding experience. And so he'd been applying. He came in and he learned the first month of what we teach. And he used that when in the first month, we're teaching you how to think like a coder, right? And the power of this is that he was in a really competitive pool. There were 15 other applicants that were interviewed, right? There are thousands that are applying to this position, but 15 others were interviewed in addition to him. And he went on the interview and they asked him a question that he didn't know the answer to. Can you guys imagine what that feels like on an interview, having a question that you have no clue how to answer? And so here's what Mike did. He took the process of thinking like a coder that we teach in our first month in Mod 1, and he applied it. And he talked aloud on the interview, right? He was like, okay, this is what I would do. I would do this. I would do this. I would do this. I would do this. He didn't lose his head, right? He kept focused. He followed his process. And the feedback he got, not only did he get the job, but he got feedback that, oh, wow, I really liked that you could think like a coder. I love that you could code. And he'd only done a month, right? This is how fast you can pick up these skills and move things forward when it's presented and given to you in a really powerful way. And that's what we do inside, the Tech Joy Training Camp and the Joy of Coding Academy, is we're presenting the information in a really quick way that gets that information to you deeply, so that when you're under the gun on an interview, like Mike was, not having any clue how to answer this question, he just fell back on his training, on his process, and he just did it. And he got the job. And it was a $114K contract. He's still with us because it's not a six-figure software developer contract, and it's still in IT, and it's a contract that could be canceled, right? So it's not a salary position with benefits. But are you kidding? 114K, I think that's a pretty good outcome. And so the skills that we teach you in the Tech Joy Training Camp are exactly the skills that Mike was using to get that offer, right? And great question, Lisa. If you don't have any experience at all, I highly recommend that you check out our training camp, because it's designed to teach you how to think like a coder and help you get a starter coding job so you can start earning. So if you're someone who needed a job yesterday, right? If you really, really want a job as quickly as possible, you're not comfortable where you are, right? You need something else. Something has to change. And you don't have the 6 to 12 months that it will take to get that production experience and really master being a six-figure software developer, right? Because it takes time to learn those skills. you can start applying for jobs as soon as a month into the training camp. We allow 6 months. It's a 2-month training program plus about 2 weeks to a month of, job hunt preparation. But you can start applying as soon as a couple weeks in, once you've mastered these concepts of how to think like a coder and start unlocking some of these other low code jobs so that you can get that starter tech job, get your needs met, and then invest in your future as a 6-figure software developer. So great questions, folks. Awesome questions. I love these questions. So Ralph, the only thing I've never seen someone fail who tries unless they leave, right? That's the only thing I've ever seen. Every student who has completed the program, who has done the work, has gotten jobs. The only thing we do have is there are some people that are currently on the job market. I don't have outcomes for them yet. But the way we work, at least in the academy, we have a job offer guarantee where we work with you until you get a job offer. And the coolest thing about the academy is that we're customizing the training to you and your specific career goals. So we're listening to the feedback on the interview, right? So first of all, we're giving you experience, so you're getting those interviews. And then secondly, once you're on those interviews, we're listening. What kind of feedback you're getting? Why did they move forward? And what I can usually tell you is most of our students are getting offers within about 2 to 3 months. If they're not, there's usually a non-technical reason, which we also work on. We're the only training program I know of that focuses both on serving your technical and non-technical barriers to success. Like whatever your barrier to success is, we are going to work with you until you have that desired result. And so that's why our system and our program has been so powerful, right? Once you complete it, it's pretty much a slam dunk. And there's 2 big chunks of the year where our students get most of their job offers, and that's the late spring and the early fall. Students get hired all year round, but that's when the bulk of our students are getting job offers. So now is December. You are just in time. If you're thinking about this and you want to have an amazing tech career or be a 6-figure software developer in 2025, now is your moment to sign up so that you can be ready and positioned to hop on the spring job rush. Because no joke, 50% of our students this year got hired at the end of the spring, right? So it's a really critical time, and you've got an amazing opportunity here. Awesome sauce, folks. Awesome sauce. Let's see. I think I see a couple other questions. Great questions. Put in. Have you worked with anyone with a disability? Absolutely. We don't discriminate at the Joy of Coding Academy. It's 100% virtual, and we work with unique cases. We work with unique situations. One of my students, actually one of my former students who I worked with at university, was actually legally blind. And so she did an amazing job. It definitely took extra time for her to learn how to do this. But she became a 6-figure software developer at Chase Manhattan Bank. She still works there, and she helps make banking software more accessible for those that are totally blind, because she can see a little bit of the screen. It's incredible. So there should be no barriers there at all. And our curriculum is set up to specialize things and customize how we do your job search, so that if you have any particular special needs on the job hunt specifically that need to be accommodated, we're going to be able to account for that with you. Okay. So great question. Timothy. Yes. Awesome. Exactly. Thank you, Timothy. I love it. Yep. We do full stack, front end, back end, data science. In fact, we just had our first student graduate and get an AI job. He knocked it out of the park. It was $170K, off the hook, highest salary ever for a student. He did have some prior experience, but he'd been on the job market a long time, and he didn't have any experience in AI until he came on our internship. And so that's really what made the difference to get him his dream job. So super awesome. Super awesome. Awesome. No worries. No worries. It's all good. Awesome. Super awesome. Yep. And Sam is sharing, my friend is blind and is also a developer. That's awesome. So these stories are real life people just like you that were trying to get their foot in the door in tech. And armed with this ability to think like a coder, you can get lined up for these low code jobs, nail your technical interview, pass your technical interview, get in line for these 6-figure jobs that are out there. If you have some other prior tech experience, you can potentially just learn to think like a coder and ascend into those 6-figure jobs. If you don't have prior experience, plan to have a starter job first if you need it, or plan to allocate more time. So typically students take about 6 to 12 months to learn, train, and get the offer that they're looking for as a software developer. True beginners want to allow a little bit more time. You may want to allow as much as 12 to 18 months. If that sounds like too long a time horizon for you, join us inside our beginner program where we help teach people how to get starter tech jobs and think like a coder so that you can have your needs met in the shortest time frame possible. And then you can afford to sit back and invest and make that bigger investment in learning how to actually become a six-figure software developer. Super awesome. We don't specifically do cybersecurity. We do secure software engineering. We don't do non-technical cybersecurity. There are potentially jobs out there. We don't have the training for those, right? But if there's a particular low code job that might qualify for that, we can absolutely support you in that. Super awesome question, O'Neill. Love it. Great questions today, folks. Oh my goodness. So if you're thinking about a tech career in 2025, come and join us. If you're just getting started and you're looking to think like a coder, get a starter tech job, join us in the Tech Joy training camp. We'd love to see you, and we'll work with you and support you to get that 60 to 80K starter tech job so you can get your needs met in as quick a way as possible while you're still preparing for your future as an amazing six-figure software developer. If you're ready and you're committed and you're like, I am becoming a six-figure software developer no matter what, join us in the academy. We'd love to have you, right? You can unlock jobs for 70 to 100K and up in as little as 6 to 12 months. And we'd love to support you there. If you're not decided, like, I don't know what to do, right? You can let price be your guide. You can let budget be your guide, or you can help, see based on the type of jobs that you're looking for, what's going to be a great fit for you, right? Awesome. Lisa's asking, where can we find the new 2025 prices? So those will go into effect by tomorrow. So just if you're watching the replay, the change might have already been made. I haven't had a chance to sit down and just flip the switch today yet to raise the Black Friday price. Letting everybody get in. If you want to get in, now is the moment. Now is the moment, because it is going up later today. So I'm not trying to do anything gimmicky, but it is legit. I held it back. I wanted to raise it actually a month ago. But I was like, no, I'm going to hold it for Black Friday so everybody can so we make sure everybody knows about it, and everybody who wants to take advantage for the spring job rush can. We will be changing things over. Actually, Lisa, at the live masterclass this Thursday, you'll be able to see that new pricing will be released. So you'll see it there, and it'll be on the training camp page. We'll have the update later today. Awesome sauce, folks. It was great talking to you today. If you're not sure, if you want to change, you want something different in your life, and you believe that tech is the way, that a remote tech job or a hybrid local tech job is the way you want to go in 2025, join us at our next live event, our next live masterclass. We have them monthly. If there isn't one coming up, you can also go to this webpage, joc.moby/explore, and there's a video of me explaining the differences and the different career pathways in a little more detail, so you can get a sense of what's going to be the best option for you. Because at the end of the day, it's what's going to work for you, right? I can tell you, if you tell me what you want, I can tell you how to prepare for it. But at the end of the day, it comes down to, what future do you see for yourself? What gets you excited about tech? What do you want to pursue? All right. Super, super awesome, folks. It was amazing talking to you today. I can't wait to see some of you at our next live event, and hopefully stay connected in the Facebook group. You can ask us questions there, and we'll keep delivering so you guys can keep learning and make an awesome tomorrow in 2025 with a tech career of your choice. All right. Have a great rest of your day, folks. Take care.